Okay, today I'm unboxing a 4K camcorder. This is 4K 30 frames per second. Okay, comes with a manual. A 1-year free warranty, and you get $15. An Amazon gift card. That's pretty good. If you fill out that's a battery, spare battery. There's a microphone. Little shotgun mic with the cable. That's nice. A little manual for it. So that takes a AAA battery. Comes with the battery too. Looks good. I'll take some pictures and put them up so you can see that. Let's take a look at the camera. Nice little carrying case with a little belt loop. That feels good. Feels good in your hand. Comes with a charging cable. And this is just it's a standard USB cable. Comes with a block. A lot of the smart products these days don't come with blocks. This one does. There's a little remote control. A lens cap. And this is a hood. This is a hood for the front that will just screw on. And the hood will actually deflect some of the light, so it doesn't hit the lens. I know a lot about this camera because what you're seeing right now is this particular camera. And I've had this camera, the one that you're looking at me at, for 4 months now. And this is my outdoor kitchen. This is where I have a weekly show, a low-carb cooking show. And you're going to see, grills and stuff. I prep here. I've got a down shot. And my down shot actually displays right here. And I'm very familiar with this camera. And I'm really impressed with it. So much impressed that I bought another one. And I'm going to use this one for a down shot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you all the little things that this camera does. I don't use it for time lapse or slow motion photography. I have other cameras for that. I basically use this just for filming my outdoor show, cooking show. But when you get it, this actually comes with 2 batteries, which is really nice. When you get it, there's a little button you press on the bottom, and the battery is actually installed upside down. They do that so it doesn't drain. And you just put your cable in, your USB cable, and it charges for about 3 hours. I film, 2-3 times a week, and it takes about 3 hours after you've had a good run on the camera. And when I'm filming a long cooking segment, I don't turn the camera off sometimes. I might let it go for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and I have no problem. And it's very hot here right now. It's in the high 80s, and you're actually in full sun there. It's full sun beating on the camera. My down shot is my cell phone. I'll take a picture of that and I'll show you. And it often says temperature too hot and it shuts down, and now I have to refilm everything. I'm going to show you the quality of the video, this 4K 30 frames per second. We'll try filming at night, and you can see what it's like at nighttime in the pool area, and we'll try the zoom. It has an 18 times digital zoom. It's not an optical zoom, it's a digital. And I wouldn't really use that because these cameras are dedicated for here actually. But it's got a little light on it, a little LED fill-in light, but I use other lights too. I've got ring lights and softbox lighting if I'm doing like an early morning cook. It doesn't come with an SD card, but I use a 32 gig SD card, and you can actually just plug this right into your laptop. But I just pop the card, and when you put the SD card in, format it to FAT32 on your laptop, and when you put it in, put the gold part facing out. Okay, so it's got a nice little touch screen on it, little 3-inch touch screen, and it works very well. and you can see it says welcome. You can hear the sound. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways of audio and filming. But what I can do is I'll just go like this right now. There, we're recording. That's a picture. And you can do playback right on the screen. It's pretty easy to, you can play with the manual if you want, but you really don't need it. It's pretty self-explanatory. But you can just touch and play back. You can delete stuff. You can, keep it. But what I do, again, is I pop the card out and I put it into this little adapter, stick it into my laptop, and transfer the files. Now for the shotgun mic, this is a shotgun mic. So I actually have two mics on right now, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do. So one, I have on this camera here, the one that you're on, this is a transmitter mic. So I've got one microphone for that, and the receiver is on the top. It just fits on the shoe, just like that. And the other mic that I have, because I can't afford to lose my audio, this is a Zoom H1 Handy. And so I'll decide which audio I'm going to use, and I sync like this. So when the cameras and everything's going and my audio is going, I go, here comes the sync, and 3, 2, 1, and then I can get the sound in my audio here. I can get my down shot to sync that, and I can sync that up too. It works really well. So in order to use the external mic, it comes with the little cord. Everything's here, little battery, and you can see a green light on there. And you just plug it in for an external mic. Now, there we go. So that's going. It's quite noisy here. The mower's just stopped. There's birds and golfers and trucks, and it can be very, very noisy. So that's why I wear these mics. It kind of cuts it out. But I'm going to turn this on, and we'll just walk over and So I've got this going right now. So the mic, I'll put this audio in. Now, one of the concerns that I had when I was purchasing this camera, there are some people complaining online on Amazon that, that when you have it on a tripod, that you can't get at your battery, and if you're doing that much filming, this will also film while it's charging too, right? You can just plug it in and use a portable battery pack if you want. But here's my solution. I love this tripod. That's the one that you're sitting on there. I have two of them. So it has this little mounting plate, and this just works flawlessly. I've done probably 100 videos in the last 4 months. You screw this onto the bottom like this, which is pretty straightforward. Line it up, okay, and then you put this in like that, and now you're maintaining that exact angle. Works perfect. And then what you do, I'll link to this little tripod. It's called a TP60, I think. It's really well made. And now what you do is you take this plate off on the bottom, the mounting plate. You open up the storage compartment right here. You can change your battery or pull your SD card and change it. Put this back on, screw this on, line it up perfectly, and then it'll go back in the same position, and you wouldn't be able to tell. I could take that off right now and put it back on. You wouldn't be able to tell that I took it off. So I'm going to show you some nighttime shots. There's audio, and you be the judge on. I'll actually put a link at the end of this, and you can see some of the filming that I do out here for my cooking show, and you can see the quality, because that's what it's all about. If you're a YouTuber, wow, for $100, a little over $100, this 4K 30 frames per second, man, you can't beat this camera. That's really good. But I'm going to show you some night photos too. This is the LED fill-in light, and the sound that you hear, the audio, is actually coming from the camera, the built-in microphone. Okay, now we're trying out the low light conditions. Sun's just coming up. This is the onboard microphone, not the shotgun, just the onboard mic. And from what I can see, I've got the screen flipped around here, and I can see that, it's kind of lightening up, and I don't really need any backlighting. I'm going to turn on, there's an LED fill-in light. I'm just going to turn this on. It's just right on the side there. There, so you can see what that's like. Little fill-in light. You can see that here's the hood. But one of the design flaws is this hood actually covers the little LED fill-in light, and the lens cover cap doesn't fit on. So it's a little design flaw. Hopefully they fix that. Panel right here on the side. And you've got mode settings and menu. You want to go in there and you want to adjust a couple of things. You want to put your time in, your date and your time. And then the other thing that I did was I went in and I didn't want to loop record over what I already, if you're filming something, you don't want to film over the first part of it. So I turned that off. And the other thing is to make sure that your camera doesn't turn off after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I clicked that to off too. And you can also go in here and put in 4K, 24 frames per second if you want. Okay, here's my honest review on this little 4K camcorder. After 4 months of steady use, I'm still impressed. There are a couple of negative features, but you know what? Like the lens hood covers the LED fill-in light. The lens cap doesn't fit on. These little design flaws, but I'm pretty sure that, this company will catch on to that, and it'd just be like an extra little adapter in there to put a lens cover on. The onboard mic isn't really that good, but if you're inside, just like the shotgun mic, you can hear, I've got a pool pump running right now, there's birds, there's golfers, it's quite noisy. And but using the shotgun mic inside, I think that you'd be fine. And I want to point out that if you need a Zoom or online learning, you can take this little mic, put it on a little tripod. It's got a tripod mount on the bottom. You can see that standard 1/4 inch, which is nice. And you plug this directly into your laptop. This little cable right here. Plug that directly into your laptop and then have the camera on you for a selfie. Flip the screen around like this. Like that. And that'd be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. If you're a new YouTuber, a content creator, man, you can't go wrong with this. It's really super good quality. Feels good in the hands. It's not a cheap one, and the price is definitely in there. A little over $100. You're up and running to get onto YouTube. Zoom meetings, that would be perfect too. So I'm going to say that the good outweighs the bad in this. It's a very good camera. That's why I have two now. And this one's going to be for my down shot, nice and clear. As I mentioned, I'll put a link at the end of the video, and you can see some of my outdoor cooking and the quality of the shots in 4K. The zoom is digital. And I'm not a digital zoom fan. I'd rather have an optical zoom, but that's what you get these days. And so it's not really that good of a zoom. The battery life is very good. And as I mentioned, it's hot here. And the sun hits where you are right now. And it kills my down shot on my cell phone. And it just heats up and just shuts right down. So this one doesn't, though. I know that for a fact because it sits out while I'm cooking. So I'm highly recommending this little 4K camcorder. Thanks for watching.